The clock is ticking. With 5 months left for the UPSC Prelims 2025, it is time to take steps today to accomplish success tomorrow. Get ready to test, assess and navigate through your UPSC goals with the All India GS Prelims Open Mock Test 3 on 5th January. Aiding aspirants step up their preparation, this open test is a unique testing medium to bring aspirants to par with the UPSC CSE competition nationwide. Simulating the exam-like pattern, get ready to face the UPSC prelims with full practice and confidence. Attempt it from anywhere within the 2-hour test window with features such as All India Ranking, Post-Test Analysis, Complete coverage of UPSC prelims syllabus, Live test discussion. Test date 5th January. Timing, link will be active from midnight till 11:59 p.m. Mode, online only. Available in English and Hindi.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News Today. Without delay, let's have a look at the headlines first. NPCIL opens doors for private sector participation in nuclear sector. India submits its 4th biennial update report to UNFCCC. Ministry of Defence declares 2025 as Year of Reforms. Government of India constitutes working group for revision of current series of WPI. Comparative study of school education system report released by Confederation of Indian Industry. NITI Aayog celebrates 10 years of its foundation. In a significant development for India's nuclear sector, the Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, or NPCIL, has taken a historic step towards private sector participation. NPCIL has invited requests for proposal from Indian entities for 220 MWE pressurized heavy water reactors or PHWR-based Bharat Small Reactors, also known as BSRs. Let's take a closer look at these reactors. BSRs are compact nuclear reactors with a capacity of up to 220 MW electric, based on India's indigenous PHWR technology. Interestingly, these reactors align with the global trend of small modular reactors or SMRs, which typically range from less than 30 MW electric to over 300 MW electric in capacity. Now, why is private sector participation in the nuclear industry so significant? For one, it can mobilize resources on a large scale, with India aiming to attract $26 billion in investments for nuclear energy. Pooling resources from private players could provide much-needed economies of scale. Additionally, this move can foster technological advancements and innovations. Investments in cutting-edge research could introduce new developments like SMRs and advanced cooling technologies. But the importance doesn't stop there. Private participation could also bolster India's energy transition goals, helping us achieve the ambitious targets of 500 GW of energy from non-fossil fuel sources by 2030 and net zero emissions by 2070. However, this opportunity does come with challenges. On the legal front, the Atomic Energy Act of 1962 places significant restrictions on private sector involvement, especially in the licensing of nuclear plants. There's also regulatory uncertainty. The Civil Liability for Nuclear Damage Act of 2010 is under challenge, adding to the complexity. And let's not forget the financial and public perception hurdles. High initial costs, given the capital-intensive nature of nuclear projects, could deter private players. At the same time, building public trust in private nuclear operations will require transparency and consistent performance. So, while NPCIL's step is a remarkable move forward, the road ahead is both promising and challenging.
In a significant move, India has submitted its 4th biennial update report to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. This report serves as an update to the 3rd National Communication and includes the National Greenhouse Gas Inventory for the year 2020. It is worth noting that the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change acts as the nodal body for managing and coordinating India's climate change activities under Article 4.1 of the UNFCCC. Moving on to the key highlights of the report, India's GHG emissions have decreased by 7.93% in 2020 compared to 2019. Breaking this down further, the energy sector remains the largest contributor, accounting for 75.66% of emissions, followed by agriculture at 13.72%, industrial processes and product use at 8.06%, and waste at 2.56%. Furthermore, the emission intensity of India's GDP has seen a significant reduction of 36% between 2005 and 2020. In addition, non-fossil sources now make up 46.52% of the installed electricity generation capacity as of October 2024, showcasing India's transition toward cleaner energy. Adding to these achievements, India has created an additional carbon sink of 2.29 billion tons of CO2 through forest and tree cover between 2005 and 2021. Currently, forest and tree cover stand at 25.17% of the country's total geographical area, demonstrating consistent growth over the years. Now, let's shift focus to some of India's key initiatives driving sustainability. The International Solar Alliance promotes solar energy adoption through international cooperation and technology sharing, while the Global Biofuel Alliance focuses on enhancing biofuel production and usage to support sustainable energy. At the same time, the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure works towards strengthening infrastructure to withstand disasters and enhance resilience. On another front, the Lifestyle for Environment, Life, Movement encourages sustainable living practices to reduce environmental impact. Complementing these initiatives are national schemes such as the PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana, the National Bioenergy Program, and the Nationally Bus Program, all of which underline India's commitment to clean energy and sustainability. In conclusion, India's comprehensive approach to tackling climate change and ensuring sustainable development reflects its unwavering commitment to a greener future.
In a significant announcement, the Ministry of Defence has declared 2025 as the Year of Reforms. This initiative aims to modernize India's armed forces into a technologically advanced, combat-ready force capable of executing multi-domain integrated operations. It also seeks to accelerate ongoing and future reforms in the defence sector. Let's take a closer look at the key focus areas and initiatives. One of the primary goals is the establishment of Integrated Theatre Commands or ITCs to enhance jointness and integration among the armed forces. ITCs are tri-service commands that incorporate units from the Army, Navy and Air Force to collectively address security challenges within designated geographic areas. Alongside this, there is a strong emphasis on leveraging emerging technologies and new domains like cyber and space, as well as advancements in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and hypersonics to ensure India remains future war ready. To support these advancements, the government is focusing on technology transfer and knowledge sharing by facilitating ease of doing business and fostering public-private partnerships or PPP. Collaboration is another cornerstone, aiming to break silos, enhance civil-military coordination, and develop joint operational capabilities through inter-service cooperation and training. Furthermore, the ministry is working to position India as a credible exporter of defense products, with a parallel thrust on fostering research and development as well as strategic partnerships. Moving on to the modernization efforts, the ministry is actively promoting private and MSME participation through initiatives like the Innovations for Defence Excellence or IDEX scheme and the Srijan portal, which facilitates indigenization. In addition, the liberalized FDI policy has opened up new opportunities, allowing up to 74% foreign direct investment through the automatic route for companies seeking new defence industrial licenses, and up to 100% through the government route for investments that bring access to modern technology. In conclusion, the Year of Reforms is a bold and forward-looking declaration that reflects India's commitment to building a modern, integrated and technologically robust defense force. With these measures, the Ministry of Defence is laying a strong foundation for the armed forces of the future.
In a significant move, the Government of India has constituted a working group for revision of the current series of Wholesale Price Index. The 18-member working group is for base revision of the current series of Wholesale Price Index, or WPI, from base 2011 to 12 to 2022 to 23. The WPI series has undergone 7 revisions so far, starting from 1950 to 53 and followed by updates in 1961 to 62, 1970 to 71, 1981 to 82, 1993 to 94, 2004 to 5, and 2011 to 12. This latest revision aims to reflect the structural changes in the economy and improve the accuracy of price indices. Let's take a closer look at the terms of reference for this working group. The group will suggest changes in the commodity basket for both WPI and the Producer Price Index, or PPI, aligning it with the base year 2022 to 23. It will also determine the computational methodology for WPI and PPI, ensuring improvements for better reliability. In addition, the group will examine the methodology for compiling the PPI and suggest improvements. A roadmap for transitioning from WPI to PPI will also be recommended. Furthermore, the group will review and suggest changes in the existing system of price collection and the computation methodology for the linking factor, which is crucial for maintaining continuity in time series data and enabling comparisons with previous WPI series. Now, let's understand the distinction between WPI and PPI. The Wholesale Price Index is an indicator of the average price movement over time for a fixed basket of goods at the wholesale stage. In contrast, the Producer Price Index measures the average price movement over time in the selling prices received by domestic producers of goods and services. While WPI may include some taxes and distribution costs, up to the wholesale stage, PPI excludes indirect taxes entirely. Additionally, WPI does not cover services, whereas PPI does. Moreover, WPI is prone to multiple counting bias, a limitation that is absent in the PPI framework. This revision of the WPI series and the proposed transition to PPI are expected to provide a more accurate and comprehensive measure of price movements, reflecting the evolving structure of India's economy.
Moving ahead, we bring you insights from the recently released Comparative Study of School Education System, or SES report by the Confederation of Indian Industry, or CII. This comprehensive analysis compares India's school education system with those of countries like the USA, UK, China, Sweden, and Australia, focusing on structures, methods, funding, assessments, and equity measures. Let's dive into the findings. India's education system continues to focus heavily on theoretical knowledge and rote learning. In contrast, Australia's education model emphasizes inquiry-based methods, while the USA prioritizes creativity-driven approaches. This difference in learning methodologies reflects varying priorities in fostering curiosity and innovation among students. Similarly, in the domain of assessment and evaluation, India relies on continuous and comprehensive evaluation through periodic tests and activities. However, countries like Australia and the UK combine ongoing evaluations with national tests and project-based assessments, offering a more holistic approach. A stark contrast is also evident in budget allocations. India spends around 2.7 to 2.9% of its GDP on education, which lags significantly behind countries like Australia, which invests 5.5%, and China with 4.1%. On the technology front, India has made strides with the initiatives like Swayam for online courses and smart classrooms. However, Sweden's national digitalization strategy for the school system demonstrates a more comprehensive approach to integrating technology in education. Despite these efforts, India's education system grapples with several challenges. Regional disparities, gender gaps, and persistent infrastructure deficits are major hurdles. Stark rural-urban inequalities further hinder equitable learning opportunities. Additionally, the lack of holistic education and 21st century skills impedes employability, making it crucial to address these gaps. The report suggests a multifaceted approach to improve the system. Increasing the education budget to 6% of GDP could significantly enhance infrastructure, foster innovative learning ecosystems, and better equip students with essential skills. Bridging the digital divide by creating localized content and boosting teacher digital literacy is equally important. Implementing the National Education Policy or NEP 2020 with its focus on teacher learning, with its focus on teacher training, flexible curriculums, and skill-based education can pave the way for transformative change. Furthermore, the curriculum needs to adapt to regional diversity while emphasizing skill-based learning, addressing inequities through improved rural infrastructure, inclusive curricula, and strategic deployment of teachers could create a more balanced system. Lessons can be drawn from Sweden's disability-inclusive frameworks to ensure education is accessible to all. Pedagogical changes are also critical. Teachers must be equipped with interactive methods that foster critical thinking and prepare students for dynamic environments. In conclusion, the report underlines the importance of adopting global best practices to make India's education system more holistic, inclusive, and forward-looking. With focused investment, innovative strategies, and commitment to equity, the future of Indian education can be reimagined.
Moving on, NITI Aayog celebrates 10 years of its foundation. The National Institute for Transforming India Aayog was established on 1 January 2015 through a resolution of the Union Cabinet. Replacing the erstwhile Planning Commission, NITI Aayog has redefined the approach to governance and policy making in India. Let's begin by understanding the role and structure of NITI Aayog. NITI Aayog operates with a twin mandate. First, it oversees the adoption and monitoring of sustainable development goals across the country. Second, it promotes competitive and cooperative federalism, fostering collaboration and innovation among states and union territories. Now, let's delve into its composition. The Prime Minister of India serves as the chairperson of NITI Aayog. The Governing Council includes the Prime Minister, Chief Ministers of all states and union territories with legislatures, Lieutenant Governors of other union territories, ex officio members, the Vice Chairperson, full-time members of NITI Aayog, and special invitees. In addition, regional councils are constituted to address specific issues impacting more than one state or region. Furthermore, the Chief Executive Officer of NITI Aayog is appointed by the Prime Minister for a fixed tenure and holds the rank of Secretary to the Government of India. Now, how does NITI Aayog differ from the erstwhile Planning Commission? The Planning Commission followed a top-down, centralized planning model, making decisions for states. In contrast, NITI Aayog adopts a bottom-up approach, emphasizing cooperative federalism and treating states as equal partners in policy formulation. Unlike the Planning Commission, which had financial powers to allocate resources and approve state projects, NITI Aayog has no such financial authority. Instead, it focuses on designing strategic, long-term policies and programs while offering technical advice to both the states and the center. Moreover, the Planning Commission created and implemented 5-year plans, whereas NITI Aayog emphasizes strategic planning and innovation. Importantly, the involvement of states has increased significantly under NITI Aayog, with chief ministers and lieutenant governors actively participating in its governing council. Whereas, under the Planning Commission, the state governments had limited involvement in the planning process. As NITI Aayog completes 10 transformative years, it stands as a testament to India's commitment to inclusive development, innovation, and cooperative governance. In today's Personality in News, we turn our attention to Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti. Recently, the Prime Minister extended his greetings to the nation on the occasion of the Urs of Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti. The Urs, held annually at the shrine of this revered Sufi saint, commemorates his death anniversary and brings together people from diverse backgrounds to honor his teachings. Let's take a moment to understand the life and legacy of Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti. Born in 1141 CE in Chishti, Herat, Afghanistan, Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti is celebrated as the most famous saint of the Chishti order of Sufism in the Indian subcontinent. He is credited with founding the Chishtiya order in India, a tradition deeply rooted in austerity and maintaining a distance from worldly power. His influence extended far and wide, inspiring notable disciples such as Khwaja Qutubuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki, Nizamuddin Aulia, and Nasiruddin Charag, among others. At the heart of Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti's teachings are values like communal harmony, humility, and spiritual satisfaction to all.
As we conclude today's main news, let's have a look at some quick updates. The Supreme Court stated that while the right to property is no longer a fundamental right, it remains a constitutional and recognized human right. Initially, the right to property and compensation for acquisition were protected as fundamental rights under Articles 19, Clause 1, Subclause F and 31 of the Constitution. However, this status changed with the 44th Constitution Amendment in 1978, which removed the right to property from the list of fundamental rights. IIT Madras has partnered with the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare on Project Vistar, or Virtually Integrated System to Access Agricultural Resources. Vistar is a network of networks, and every state can build their own agri-advisory network. It is a comprehensive network that connects decentralized databases to provide seamless access to vital agricultural resources. Union Ministry of Home Affairs in its annual report of 2023-24 highlighted the new cyber fraud known as the pig butchering scam or investment scam. Pig butchering scam is a global phenomenon and involves large-scale money laundering and even cyber slavery. It is a type of confidence and investment fraud in which the victim is gradually lured into making increasing monetary contributions to a seemingly sound investment before the scammer disappears with the contributed monies. Building on the success of the first Composite Ecological Task Force or CETF for the Ganga, the Indian Army has formed a new company for the revitalization of the river Gomti. The CETF is a unit of ex-servicemen aimed at supporting the NMCG's or National Mission for Clean Ganga's efforts to reduce pollution in the river Ganga. Gomti River starts at the Gomat Tal near Madho Tanda in Pilibhit district of UP. Recently, a faunal survey was conducted in the Sherdurni Wildlife Sanctuary focused on birds, butterflies, odonates, and other wildlife. Species like the Great Indian Hornbill, the state bird of Kerala, Malabar banded peacock, butterfly was spotted. Sherdurni Wildlife Sanctuary is situated in southern Western Ghats in Kollam, Kerala. It is a part of Agastyamalai Biosphere Reserve. Recently, researchers from the IIT Guwahati developed an innovative injectable hydrogel for targeted breast cancer therapy. The newly developed hydrogel, made of protein-based ultra-short peptides, remains stable at injection sites by being insoluble in body fluids. These peptides are both biocompatible and biodegradable. FSSAI provided clarification in guidelines for usage of methylcobalamin in health supplements, medical purposes, and nutraceutical products under certain conditions. FSSAI had banned methylcobalamin in 2016 and lifted the ban in 2021, but is yet to notify the same. Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports announced National Sports Awards 2024 to be awarded by the President of India. National Sports Awards are a collection of 6 awards given to sportsperson, coaches or organizations, etc. Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award 2024 has been awarded to Gukesh D for chess, Harmanpreet Singh for hockey, Praveen Kumar for para-athletics and Manu Bhakar for shooting. Before we sign off, let's challenge your understanding in today's installment of Test Your Learning. Thank you for joining us. We hope you found this episode of News Today engaging. For the solutions to the quiz and to access the PDF version of News Today, remember to visit the provided links in the description below.